Today we're talking about World War II and the importance cigarettes played. Hi folks, this is Brian with another Windy City Cigars video. Welcome back to our channel. Now today we're going to go back in time a little bit to talk about the importance cigarettes played in World War II and some interesting facts that some of you might not have known. Now war, as we all know, is never a walk in the park. But amidst the chaos and mayhem and destruction and everything else, our soldiers needed some sort of stress relief and a bit of entertainment, or at least distraction. And what did they turn to? You got it, cigarettes. Alongside their trusty issues of K rations and C rations, many soldiers had their cigarettes right next to them, especially Lucky Strikes, which we'll discuss in a moment. Now most people don't know that cigarettes were included in a standard K ration package. World War II authorities saw tobacco as a necessity for our brave soldiers, which was pretty smart. So they added it to the K rations, and it's basically a 4-pack per meal of cigarettes. Now, as we mentioned, they smoked a lot of different brands during World War II. There were Camels, Chesterfields, but the top choice for most GIs was Lucky Strikes.
That you like, light up a Lucky Strike, relax. It's light up time.
Now the interesting thing is, in 1942, Lucky Strike changed the colors on the pack of cigarettes. They were green with a gold stripe, then they changed it to red with a different color stripe on there. Why? Well, the green was chromium, or used chromium, and the copper stripe was actually, the gold stripe was actually copper. Well, these were strategic materials, and when you're producing thousands and thousands of packets a day, well, at that point you're building up to using a substantial amount. So they changed the colors so that they could change the chemicals they were using and then donate all that material to the war effort. So that's a little bit of a history about the changing of the colors on the Lucky Strike pack. Now, a lot of people don't realize that in the middle of a battlefield, soldiers do not carry wallets, they're not issued money, but sometimes you need a medium of exchange to get things done. And that's what cigarettes provided. I mean, some GIs would gamble, and they'd use cigarettes as money. Would play cards, or maybe somebody brought some dice or something like that. Or if you needed something done, for example, you need your boots cleaned, well, there's this young man here, we'll give him a couple of cigarettes, boom, your boots come back clean. You need a chocolate bar or something, oh, you wanted to get this, well, I have no money to buy it, would you take a couple cigarettes? Boom, exchange done. So cigarettes actually became a medium of exchange on the battlefield. Now there were also a lot of good luck charms on a battlefield, such as a rabbit foot, or a 4-leaf clover, or a special medallion, or a special book, or with some guys even like a lucky rubber band or something like that. But there is the superstition, or the lore of the lucky cigarette. Now what's the lucky cigarette? Well, it's fairly simple. Basically what you do is you take up a fresh pack of cigarettes, open it up, take out one cigarette, flip it over, and put it back in the pack. That's the last cigarette you smoke out of the pack. You have to smoke all the rest of them first until you get to that lucky cigarette. That guarantees you, or they thought it would guarantee you good luck, so you could get to that last cigarette. If you wound up smoking that lucky cigarette before the rest of them were gone, it was considered bad luck. And nobody needs bad luck on a battlefield. In short, GIs during World War II, regardless of what theater they were in or whatever, took their cigarettes very seriously. They weren't just cigarettes. They boosted morale and provided a sense of comfort during some dark aspects of the war. They were seen as a small luxury, a touch of home in a foreign and hostile environment. The simple act of lighting a cigarette sometimes would offer just a moment of respite, a fleeting escape from what else was going on. And in addition, sometimes it could actually be a method of communication. For example, soldiers surrendering, especially in Europe, soldiers surrendering. Now, the Germans, for example, had not had real tobacco for years, simply because they couldn't import it. So they were smoking ersatz tobacco, which was really rough stuff. So they would come in, and of course no one knows exactly in a circumstance like that what's going to happen next. So a GI would offer them a cigarette and sometimes even light it for them. And just that little act was a little bit of a communication, like, hey, don't worry, we understand you surrendered, we've both been through a really bad time, but things are going to be all right. Little bit of comfort right there. So there you have it, folks. A few tales of how cigarettes played a major part to our GIs in World War II. Now, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and remember to hit that subscribe button. Thanks very much.